Oof, sneezed.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin, Bro Sports Kids. NFL Week 3. You can go ahead and close in on a single because I need to apologize to the audience here, Delco, and this has nothing to do with you, Holloway. It's simply me on this one. This is the big guy, okay? I am quick to praise myself when I fucking destroy in college football and NFL and all that other stuff. Gambling-wise, however, this NFL season, man, I have been maybe 50%, 50-50 on this one. I have not been able to get a read on this, and I thought maybe it was me. I was like, maybe it's just me that's I'm the only one having a problem. And then last night, because I told the audience yesterday, the only thing that I've been able to figure out is because these spreads have been so fucking razor thin, is go a 6-point teaser. So last night's game was the Packers against the Lions. Spread was 11.5. Told you to tease that up to 17.5, and then I told you to tease the over down to 43. Now the over they blew out. The spread itself at 17.5 looked great the entire game until the Lions decided to give them the ball on every possession. They lost by 18 points.
Yeah.
A half a point, right? Now that's number one. Number two was I'm starting to get so accustomed to ESPN2's coverage of the Monday night game with Eli, Peyton, and guests that the reason for me that I am probably going to stick with that, like I'm just thinking about this out loud, is literally because they're allowed to talk about gambling throughout the show in like a wink-wink manner.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. Case in point, last night. You found your team last night, by the way. If you were hunting and pecking, you had it. The last guest on was Pat McAfee last night. It was Peyton, McAfee, and Eli. That trio is deadly. And McAfee was on fire last night. I'm all in for McAfee and Peyton doing that show. Bonus points because they played together, and he knows Peyton a little bit. So he was able to dig at some of the things that Peyton does, which is great because nobody else does, you know? Peyton was such a fucking badass on the field that nobody really fucked with him, and he's very fast comedically. And then insert Pat McAfee, and congratulations, you got a fucking bingo bango ball game there. Those trio, can we just lock that up for the rest of the year and I'm all good? I'm barely switching over to ESPN to watch the Monday Night Football. That being said, the reason why that is important is McAfee had money on this game last night. He had the over, and then he had the 11.5. So here's how close it is razor thin wise on both sides of the ball. He had the 11.5 straight up. It came down to a throw in the end zone, which was it was a catchable ball. It was a catchable ball. He could have had it. McAfee is sitting there going, oh my God, I need him not to catch this ball in the worst way. I can't tell you how bad I need this to happen. Peyton and all those guys were laughing, and it was a blast. But that's how close it came on either way. So even though you're taking a 6-point teaser, you're taking the spread straight up, it still came down to one throw at the end. And all of these fucking NFL games have been that close all year. Now, the Bills that I called, great. Congratulations. That was a blowout, but that was going to be a blowout of the day. My lock of the week was the Steelers, and they did not show up to play that game. I don't know what to think of the Steelers. We'll get into it here in a minute, but I want to apologize starting off the show, man. Look, college football, been on fire. I don't even know my numbers are so goddamn high. I'm probably sitting at 85% in college, for Christ's sakes. NFL, might as well go ask your grandfather to flip a coin after he comes back from a nice 10-mile bike ride on the beach cruiser, whatever. I need to get better, and I'm telling you that. I need to get better. My wallet needs me to get better, and I'm going to try to do better, God damn it. And this is the week we turn it around. Week 3, Dan. Week 3. How are you feeling, D'Anthony?
This is the same as last year, really. The first 2 or 3 weeks without what is it that is really affecting these games? Because last year there were a lot of injuries, but a lot of stupid mistakes that end drives, stupid mistakes that get 6 points wiped off the board and have 6 points go the other way, so on and so forth. You can say whatever you want about Aaron Rodgers doesn't need the preseason. Yeah, he doesn't, but the other 52 guys on that roster do need it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you're seeing the fucking – I know the players don't want to play in the preseason because they don't want to risk injury on games they don't get paid for. It makes sense. Got it. But show up ready to fucking play. You know what I mean? Because if gambling is going to be that important, the chaos from the first 2 to 4 weeks of gambling in the NFL is going to turn people off eventually. They're going to start getting pissed off.
100%. They're pissed off. Look, they were pissed off yesterday.
And I think if you see, I say this all the time about athletes, you're not in the sport of, you're not in the profession of being an athlete or even winning championships. You're in the profession, especially about MMA fighters, you're in the profession of being entertaining to your crowd. And now one of the ways that we've found to amplify the entertainment, particularly of football games, is gambling. And it happens starting the week prior to the game all the way through to the end of the game with live betting now. So take that serious. Make a joke about it if you're Todd Gurley, if you want, about fantasy football and shit. Fantasy football saved the NFL.
It did.
And now gambling is going to fucking amplify it even more into the future. You better start taking it seriously.
Yeah. And to Dan's point here, like, if you think that he's kidding about this, he's 100% not. Look at the fucking ratings this year. The ratings have been through the roof this year simply because the element of gambling has now crept into every facet of sports that is going on. And then you amplify that with fantasy football. And look, the NFL is in on it. They signed a 3-year deal with Caesars for gambling and gambling specifically. They signed with DraftKings.
They'd be stupid not to.
Yes. They have 3 gambling partners in the NFL right now. And that is where we are headed. So, yeah, man, more people are going to watch because they've got money on it because they're bored. They can do it on their phone. They can do it on their apps. Today is mybookie.com. So, like, dude, that's where we're gambling, and it's like, it's easy. I can just sit on my phone. I can look at the live lines.
Yeah.
I can get into it. I'm watching shitty games that in no way, shape, or form would I be watching, like last night's game. The Lions. I shouldn't be watching the Lions game.
Not just the game, but when it comes down to a spread that close, you're actively rooting against, like, you in the fourth quarter when the game was decided entirely. So even if in 5 years ago, if you had money on that game, that would have been decided by then. Now, it's not just about that. It's about the live line that you may have bet on or the fucking spread or a prop bet. Like, I thought this guy was going to get this many yards. I bet on a running back to get more yards, but now the team's behind, so he's probably not going to get it. Now I'm fucking pissed, blah, blah, blah. There's all this shit that goes into it. And it's keeping people excited about the game all the way until the end of the game, which you've never seen before in shitty football before.
Yes.
So now instead of having, even this year when there's good parity in the league, where there's 6-7 teams that could legit have a shot at the Super Bowl, that still leaves another 23 to 25 teams in any given year that by and large have no real shot at winning, right? And why the fuck would you watch that game then?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Now you have a fucking reason to watch it. People are watching, not only are they watching that game, they're watching the whole goddamn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they're excited about it all the way into the end, which means they're more likely with all that all that serotonin running through their body to spend more money as well, right? You're primed to take more risk when you're happier, when you're more excited. It's just the way it is.
It also helps you understand the game better.
It does.
Like,
certainly,
you notice things a lot more closely when you're invested in the game than when you're just kind of passively watching it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I'm telling you the first 2 weeks of the NFL so far have been a story of small mistakes creating chaos and outcome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's going to continue for at least another week or two.
Taunting has been a game changer almost.
Yeah, that is so fucking stupid. Why not allow taunting?
I don't know.
Like,
encourage taunting.
I'm somewhat annoyed when a guy gets a first down and he acts like he just fucking won the war on terror. It's it is a little bit irritating. But why would you penalize him for it?
Yeah.
Like, let the fucking linebacker penalize him for it on the next play.
100%.
When he wrecks his ass.
Yeah.
That's how you do that. And it's the same with, like, throwing at hitters. If Otani comes up and hits a home run or your other team or something like that, strike him out next time. Don't fucking hit him. Then he gets a base. He's beaten you twice now.
Yes.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Dude gets a sack. I mean, you maybe good season get 10 to 15 of those.
In a great season.
So celebrate that.
Celebrate it. Yes. Celebrate your craft. Celebrate working out, playing hard, fucking practicing. Celebrate all of it. It's entertainment. I'm here to be entertained.
It's faces and heels.
That's it.
Right? People enjoyed watching Joey Bats fling his bat 40 feet across the field after he hit that home run. Half the people liked it. Half the people hated it.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
My favorite player.
That's the whole fucking point of all this.
My favorite player is Deion Sanders. Yeah, I want to see him high-stepping at the 30 when he made an interception and then fucking dance all the way in. I want to see the dance afterwards. Lawrence Taylor, I want to see him fucking break somebody's leg and celebrate it. Like, I want to see all of that shit. Even the quarterbacks, wide receivers. I want to see that taunting. I want to see the chain grabbing. I want to see all that shit.
You just don't want to go full Leon Lett.
No.
Right?
But if you do, congratulations. We still talk about Leon Lett, which we should never be talking about Leon Lett.
Yeah, he's the most famous lineman of all time, probably.
Yeah, for being celebratory a little too early.
Yeah, a little too early.
But either way, I love Leon Lett. That's great. If you want to come on the show, awesome, man. What the fuck were you thinking? It was hilarious. Welcome. I want to see more of that shit. I don't understand why they take that away. But other than that, I can't gripe about too much. There is parity in the NFL right now, which, you know, we've said for many, like the last 4 or 5 years that there isn't. And there is now. Real quick here before we get into last week's scores and then how we did. Tailgate Legends. So we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Delco Dan is actually going out the day before. Laszlo Lopez will be there. They're doing a tailgate live from Georgia Vanderbilt game that will start in the morning. What time's that game? Is that noon game?
It's 11. Yeah, it's noon.
Noon
Or
Central or
Central?
I think Nashville Central. Yeah.
Okay, so 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Tailgate will probably start around 9 a.m. They will all be there for that. Then they will be joining us from the Titans game. We'll be doing a live show from the Titans game with Dan and I on Sunday. We'll be doing a live show from there. Come to all of those if you're in the Nashville area and do all of the things. We will be there, and that will be the schedule. That is a noon game. An actual noon game because that starts at 1. So yes, I know the Titans game. So that show will probably kick off at 10 a.m. And looking forward to that. Have never been to that stadium before, but all of the entire crew will be there all weekend, except for Bob, right? Because your baby can't tailgate?
No, my baby cannot hang yet.
Okay. Well, that's his problem.
Put him through a table.
Yeah, throw him through a table like a Bills fan. Like a Bills fan.
Before we get into the football stuff, can we talk about this Ben Simmons shit for just a minute?
Yeah. I love you're that annoyed by it.
I'm annoyed that he even exists, to be honest. It's the metrics on this guy are actually pretty good if he never had to shoot the ball, but that's not the NBA we're playing now. You know what I mean? He has 7
great defender.
7 great defender for sure, but let's just talk about the offensive side. 7 assists per game and only 3 turnovers, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
And think about it this way. An assist is worth the number of assists times 2 in parentheses multiplied by the true shooting percentage of the team on the court, right? Meaning the assist is worth at least 2 or 3 points.
Right.
Because it's a made basket. A turnover erases the true shooting percentage times 2 of the squad that's on the floor at that time, which is going to be considerably less than 2 or 3.
Right.
Even if your true shooting percentage as a squad on the floor is 60%, that's still only fucking 60% of 2 points that you've lost by a turnover. So an assist is worth way more than a turnover cost you.
Yeah.
So his, like as an efficient offensive player, very, very good. But you can't be a point forward in this league and not be able to shoot. Even Draymond Green shoots 30-something% from 3.
Yeah.
Like he shoots like 31%, I think, something like that.
Look, he's not bad, man.
You have to be able to do it. I don't understand why. I do understand why they want to get rid of him, and I also understand why everybody in the league is told to go fuck themselves.
Right.
Because who the fuck wants this guy on their team? You know what I
Shoots
mean?
with the wrong hand.
Oh, that's
boy.
your fucking magic
God.
bullet Zapruder film theory.
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb, dude. We're starting to get into Markelle Fultz territory with this
Shoots with
fucking
the wrong
guy.
hand.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, at some point, you're going to have to start treating this guy like what he is. He's a 6-man that comes in and provides defense and fucking
I 100% agree.
and moves the ball around. He's the assist version of Jamal Crawford, basically.
it's like a Trevor Ariza.
But he can also play defense.
Yeah.
But Trevor Ariza shoots like 40% from 3.
That's true. That's
So
true.
If you can develop a team that doesn't require shooting or already has a lot, like if your second unit, for example, the Warriors, if they put him as their 6-man, I know that sounds crazy, but if they made this guy, and the reason I say this seriously is because the league values him way too much. He is a 6-man. He's not a fucking starter.
He
I
could
agree.
start. He could be he should play his natural position
On a
of
shitty team,
of
yeah.
On a
center.
shitty team.
No, just be a center. Just be a center.
Yeah,
then.
but think about him. Think about the way he plays on the Warriors' second team. So the Warriors will play Steph Curry for the entirety of the first period, typically.
Yep.
And then first quarter, rather. And then Klay Thompson goes out somewhere around 8 or 9 minutes and comes back in to start off the second quarter. That second squad typically consists of Clay and an assortment of other people. Usually it was Iguodala back in the day. Maybe he slots in there some now, but it would be Wiggins would be out there. And if you had a second Draymond basically facilitating on that second squad, then this team becomes like fucking unbeatable.
So let me ask you this.
Right?
As a Warriors fan, would you give up Wiseman,
No. I wouldn't-
Wiggins?
not even Wiseman.
Wiggins, Wiseman, and then 3 firsts?
No.
Okay.
No, I
Because
wouldn't-
that's what they're asking.
I would give up Wiseman and 1 first-round pick for sure. Because Ben Simmons' defensive capability is better than both of those things just on its own.
Multiple-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the irony of this, by the way, is this is what Philly's asking for in this trade,
Yes.
which they said is too high.
It's ridiculous.
And then the rumor is with the Deshaun Watson thing that was the Eagles who had balked at Houston's fucking first pick thing too. So it's like, I don't know. He says he's not going to report it all. He's done with the team and he wants to trade. This is super fascinating because, he has 4 years, $147 million left on his max contract.
Yeah.
It's a big boy contract.
I don't blame him, though.
I don't either.
He's been treated like shit by the team.
I agree.
in the
And
front
I don't
office.
blame him for wanting to be traded or returning any phone calls because they've been an asshole to him, right?
Yeah, but
I just don't know who can clear this big of a contract because he's looking at $33 million just for 21 and
I know,
22,
but
and you're
if
about
that-
to start the season in 2 weeks.
If that Russell Westbrook contract's been traded like 3 times already, I think you can deal Ben.
That's the thing they need to do. I mean, they should have done it earlier in the season if they really wanted to. They should have had 3 or 4 teams involved and had multiple trades, and the 2 teams in the middle or 1 team in the middle took a little bit off of that contract per year, right? That comes out of cash. It doesn't involve your cap and all that stuff. There's ways around all this stuff, and they didn't even try to do that. They just tried to get the most value they possibly could, and now they're in a market that's basically sealed off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks until the goddamn season starts, and nobody is going to pay that much for this dude.
It's sealed off when he refused to dunk on Trey Young.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah, it did.
when he hooked past around fucking
It really did.
5'1" Trey Young. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
it really
There could have been Greg Abbott could have been there in a wheelchair and he still would have passed the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just irritating to me, and I'm glad that his team. I'm sure it was fucking Paul that did this.
Rich Paul, yeah.
Rich Paul, yeah.
Right? That leaked this shit. Like, hey, by the way, all of NBA. And mostly Sixers. You're not getting that much for him, so just trade him. Let's get it done.
That's our strategy right now, according to Twitter, that we're trying to get Rich Paul fired.
Okay, so
From Ben.
by the way, let me just say this
the
as far
fuck
as the
outta
Rich
here.
Paul bullshit goes, because Nerlens Noel is currently suing him as well. This guy is only fucking famous because LeBron made him famous. And look, he was able to pull off all these other trades and everything else. My question is, what happens when LeBron retires? And this guy won't have that power anymore.
He will, because LeBron will still have kind of his fingers deep into clutch.
LeBron will just put more money into the fucking ad agency company.
I would have thought that, but even with Jordan, right? He owns Charlotte. Nobody wants to fucking play there. So I don't know.
I know, but he's going to be an agent, essentially, like a super agent.
But he's a hero. Like, I don't know. I think LeBron probably wants to own a team. Speaking of owning a team, since this is the NFL show, there is strong reports that Jay-Z is going to be the new owner of the Broncos next year, that the Broncos are for sale, and that he's going to buy up that team.
That's cool. I mean, he's done. Say what you want about the Nets' chemistry on the court. He's got the team moved to a better area, right? And improved the value of the organization overall, and got a lot of fucking people that are really good at basketball to come play there.
Made himself a lot of money.
Certainly has, yeah. But he's also the team. It's not like some, jackass bought the team and is just using it as a fucking trophy to say, hey, I've got a fucking team. He's actually,
he sold his shares. So
not that he's running the
out of
day to
it,
day,
yeah.
but between the time he bought it and the time he sold his shares, the value of that team improved considerably, and they moved to a new area, got a new arena built, and blah, blah, blah. He did a good job. I think this would be good for Denver. I think they need some fresh blood. I think they need Elway out of the way, honestly, because what the fuck are they doing there with the quarterback shit? Man,
Well,
get a fucking quarterback. God
People
damn
are
it.
saying Denver's back. They're 2-0, D'Anthony.
They're not back
get
with Teddy
to it.
Bridgewater.
That's what I say. Look, I've never been a Teddy Bridgewater fan.
Teddy Two Gloves.
I've always hated him. So let's recap last week here and how we did. I like to keep things transparent and honest here because I genuinely want to win you money. So I get pissed off because I got my ass handed to me on that Chiefs game was like $1,500. First up, Giants, Washington. This was, okay, this is 30-29. This was the game. So this was the first of my 6-point teasers, right? Told you to tease the over came down to 34 points in this one, and this went up to plus 2.5 for some people for Washington if you were to take it that way. That's what we did, right? That's the way we rode this. If you took the real spread, which was -3 for Washington, you would have lost this game.
Yeah, I luckily teased it and still only went 4-4 this week. But I teased that, and I teased the over down as well.
Yeah.
Or down.
So
I think that was necessary because they ended up scoring 59 points. But
we announced it on the show. If you can get something in the 30s, if you can take an under down 6 and get it in the 30s, take a shot at it because it's JV type shit. So 2 for 2 in this one, fine. But dude, it was this fucking close. Like homeboy missed that field goal, and it's like that could have swung the other way for everybody else. Still, if you bet Washington as a favorite, just on a straight up bet, you lost. Next up was Bengals at the Bears. Dan and you and I said, I'm not going to touch this game. This spread is too fucking close. It was 20-17. And it was really close down the end of this fucking thing. Fields ended up coming in. I don't know how hurt Andy Dalton is. Not that I care.
My understanding is he will be starting again next week.
Okay.
But Fields looked not great.
Okay. Next up is the Texans and the Browns. Look, this one made my heart tickle a little bit, if you will. It was 12.5, 13.5 right before the game kicked off. We said this was way too many points. Took it up to 19.5. Browns only won by 10.
Yeah.
Now
the Browns clearly did not take this game very seriously. You could just tell. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, before he got injured, looked really good, but you could tell that they weren't taking this game seriously, to be honest. In my opinion, it just looked like they were out there dicking around the whole time.
It was fucked.
Like they pulled a fucking Kansas City Chiefs by fucking jacking themselves off the entire first half. And then finally like, oh shit, we've actually got to win this fucking game. You can't count on teams like this to cover. Seattle's always been like that too.
Yeah.
Like and it's not necessarily that they are stupid or lazy. They just play the game a certain way, and that way includes we're going to run our offense in the first half regardless of what they do, and then we're going to adjust in the second half. Mm-hmm. That's it. So you're going to get first halves like this where they just suck out loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is going to happen.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? I tell you, don't take those large spreads on these teams. Those 12.5s that you see with the Chiefs, don't take them.
I took fucking 17.5 last night. I thought I was safe, and I was not. So look, this one, Browns did not cover. So if you were just betting this in real life, didn't cover. Rams, Colts. Rams, 27-24. This was one of my biggest bets, another one of my huge bets for the weekend. I took it in a 6-point teaser as well, so I got that on the teaser side of it. However, the straight-up spread was -4, and I bet that as well. 3-point game. Rams were up by 2 touchdowns most of this game. Again, you lost by a point on this one.
I got it at 3.5 and lost by 0.5 point, so that felt great.
Yeah. Look, crazy. Bills, Dolphins. This one we called outright. Bills won 35-0.
It was 2.5, by the way. Was the spread on this? The Bills had the best pass rush in all of football, and I'm not sure who the running back for the Dolphins is, but it's nobody I've heard of, clearly.
Gaskins and like 90 other people.
Yeah, no one cares about that. If Tua can't execute some semblance of an offense, Miami can't score points, and you saw that right here. So if you see them come up against another one of these great pass rushes, take the under.
Yep. Yeah. And then this one we hammered, so all good. Won this one. Patriots versus Jets. Didn't touch it because it's a weird game. 25-6, the Patriots. Mac Jones, Damian Harris looked great in this game. Man, they could be reloading in New England, dude. I know it's the Jets, and I know they're fucking terrible. But if you just give these kids time to grow, they're both rookies. And one of them, I think, might be in his second year. But either way, man, the defense is always decent for the Patriots. Like, dude, this could be a team here again in a couple years, and they could go on to dominate. It's kind of scary. 49ers, Eagles. It did not like this game. We went with the Eagles on this one. Backdoor cover on this. That was a +9er for me.
I didn't bet this one.
It was 17-11. Look, the Eagles offense, looked like shit. 49ers also have a great defense.
We had a 91-yard completion and didn't get points out of that. So
correct.
That's cool.
Correct.
And that was 91 out of the 190 yards Jalen Hurts threw for on the day.
Yeah. And if you were watching this game, look, man, it was 17-3, and then there was a last-minute touchdown, and they went for 2. That's how they got the 11. Spread's fucked. Everybody's fucked. That was it. Vegas won by 0.5 point because I think this came in at 8.5. And we had teased this up to 9 and won it.
Yeah.
But even that was fucking close. Like
It was.
Raiders, Steelers.
Wait, what do you think? What do you have to say about Jimmy Garoppolo running the ball 11 times?
I don't know. I think all their guys are out. So I know Sermon got hurt because I was watching this game. I know Trey Sermon got hurt. I know Mostert is out for the year.
Elijah Mitchell did most of the running, and he like 2.5 yards a carry. Jamichael Hasty, who I'm not familiar with.
Hasty, I know Hasty. He's a journeyman guy.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. He got hurt as well. He's out with a high ankle sprain.
They have had 5 running backs there. They're all hurt, so he probably had to. There's nothing more you can do.
I would run George Kittle.
At this point.
Just give him like a 30.
Just little dumps to him, dude. Just little screens all day long. Raiders, Steelers. This one hurt my heart. So if you were following along in Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook, and please do, because that's where all my bet slips go before these games start. And I'll usually put them up day of or the day before, so that way it gives you time to bet these. This, unfortunately, was my lock of the week last week, and the Steelers did not show up. Going west to east is brutal. It usually never pays off, especially for the Raiders. They're traditionally a terrible team. They have not been good since 2002, or at least competitive for a Super Bowl since 2002. I wasn't necessarily impressed with Derek Carr. I mean, he threw that last-minute bomb that was a 61-yarder to Ruggs, and I just think the Steelers look terrible in this game all the way around. Like they just gave up the game to them.
Well, the Steelers could not run the ball.
They couldn't run, and
they stopped trying too, which was weird.
Roethlisberger does not look great, by the way.
No, I mean it was.
This has got to be his last year, right?
It was. Yeah, it was 16-7 going into the fourth quarter, right? And I guess at that point you can't really run the ball that much. But what happened to before that? I mean, you still got. Not that Najee Harris is a good running back. And Benny Snell is a good third down running back. He's a big dude, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to run the ball against the Raiders.
The Raiders, yeah.
There's no reason for this to have happened.
No, not at all. And, the bitch of this was, again, I had an 8-game teaser. It would have paid off at $3,300. And I had teased it down to where the Steelers were getting 0.5 point. All they had to do is win the game. I don't give a shit if it was by 1 point. And then the entire weekend is fucking jack off central into each other's faces, eyes, back, wherever. You don't really care where the cum goes. There's just got to be a lot of it because you want a lot of money. And they did not show up.
Well, the Packers are certainly missing Villanueva right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fucking Roethlisberger got hit 10 times in this game.
Yeah.
Like you look at the stat sheet and it's only 3 sacks or only 2 sacks for 3-yard loss. Oh, it's not that bad. He got hit 10 times.
Yeah.
10 times. On the fucking 37 times he dropped, on the 40 times he dropped back to pass. So a quarter of the time he was on his ass.
Yep.
Adam Schefter says 56 minutes ago, Ben Roethlisberger dealing with pectoral injury. So this is just nothing new for Ben.
No.
He's probably done.
He's probably done after this year. This next one I'm blaming on you, Delco. I bought into your fucking bullshit, dude. I did. I'm pissed off about it. All I heard was LASIK. This is Winston's year. His eyes are back.
Yeah, but I told you Panthers.
You can finally
this
see.
week. I literally told you Panthers plus 3.5.
Hey, man. Hey, dude. What happened to your Jameis Winston? Like, Jameis Winston looked fucking. Well, he looked like Jameis Winston.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I literally told you Panthers plus 3.5.
I understand that.
You're like, what's your pick? And I'm like, Panthers.
All off season long, all you talked about was his fucking eye surgery and that he's back. Oh my God, look at how great he got. Oh, isn't he fucking amazing?
It's one game.
This is Sam Darnold, though. This is Darnold. Darnold looked like a goddamn fucking Pro Bowler in this game. It was crazy. The Saints have a pretty good defense, too. You have Kamara. Did he not play? What was the story here in this game?
He had 8 carries for 5 yards in this game.
Did he get hurt?
I think he came out early, yeah. But
8 carries.
He's listed as active. He carried the ball 8 times for only 5 yards, caught 4 passes for 25, but it doesn't look like he got injured. I didn't watch this game. I just saw it because I have him on my fantasy team. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Hey, I'm starting to think that the Buccaneers have a good shot at going undefeated. I'd like to look at their entire schedule because now you got 3 fuckboy teams in this division, right? You got the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers. That's 6 wins right there.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed 6 across the
Didn't
board.
the Saints kind of low-key own the Bucs last year?
The first game, they whipped them pretty good.
But it was Drew Brees.
Game.
Yeah, it was Drew Brees.
It doesn't matter. Like, Winston will get it together. It's fine.
No, he will not.
Games in the NFL. It's gonna happen.
there's not a more Jameis Winston way to start the season than with 5 touchdowns in game 1 and then no touchdowns and 2 picks in game 2. Right? He's definitely back. He's just the same guy.
Yeah, he's on track to be Jameis Winston.
The Bucks are at the Rams this week.
That's going to be a good game.
That's a great
Shit.
game.
Yeah.
It's a great game. Next up, we got the Broncos and the Jaguars. Look, there you are, Broncos fans. You're 2-0 with Teddy 2 hands or 2 gloves, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Trevor Lawrence looked awful in this game. So coaching aside, he didn't look that great in this game. Look, Broncos won. It was a awful game that we said we were never going to watch, and I didn't watch any of this. So fuck off.
He's putting together a very Steve Spurrier-like first year of his career.
I don't know how long he will be there.
Dude, Steve Spurrier, he was the quarterback on the Tampa Bay team that went defeated, the only other team in NFL history to go defeated, right?
Yes.
It was like in 78
Browns,
or some shit.
Browns and them, yeah.
Tampa Bay. I got to see what the actual stats on this were because it was real bad.
Gross.
Let's see. NFL.com.
The next game, by the way, was a blast. So Vikings, Cardinals, you and I watched this in my house. This was a fucking boat race, dude, and it was awesome to watch. Kyler Murray is just racking up fucking touchdowns and fantasy points, man. Jesus Christ, you can't stop this guy.
Yeah, he's, if they end up winning the game, that's kind of a coincidence.
Yep.
But he's going to put up fantasy points no matter what.
Look, and this was another one. Spread was 3.5. It came down to a last-second field goal.
And he missed.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
What was it, like a 37-yarder?
Choked. It's just.
I was so happy. I had the fucking Cardinals in a money line parlay.
Here's Spurrier's stats from his year. I think it was the first year that Tampa Bay existed.
Okay.
14 games, threw the ball 311 times, 50% completion percentage, which is really bad, by the way. I don't know how much you guys in the audience know about that. 1,628 yards, 7 TDs, 12 interceptions. He got sacked 32 times in 14 games. Terrible. And Trevor Lawrence is on pace for that right now, basically.
Sure is, if he can stay upright. Next game, hammered this. If this was Falcons, this was minus 12.5, and we all told you on this. Look, I would never bet a spread that high unless it was the Falcons, and Buccaneers absolutely trounced them, 48-25. I had this in a teaser as well, down to 6.5. Brady not only looks like he's going to win the MVP, he also looks like he's going for the touchdown record. He's certainly on pace for it right now. He might look. This team has a good shot at going undefeated. That Rams game is going to be tough, but my God, man, this team looks fucking great.
This game mostly made me feel bad for Matt Ryan having wasted his career in Atlanta, to be honest.
Well, let me ask you this.
Why didn't fucking Cleveland trade their first round pick for him instead of taking Baker goddamn Mayfield?
I don't know, but let me ask you this: with Matt Ryan, if he wins that Super Bowl, I think his life in this team is different.
He probably would have left Atlanta after that. Once they if you win a Super Bowl on a team, you don't stay with that team while they rebuild. That doesn't happen.
No, but
You know what I mean?
like Arthur Blank is our owner, the guy who owned the Home Depot. Super loyal to people and just pays the shit out of them. And he paid the shit out of Matt Ryan, and is probably too loyal, to be honest with you, with the Devonta Freeman deal and then this. But I think that Super Bowl really fucked them up, man. And we have not been, when I say we, I'm speaking as a Falcons fan here, we have not been good ever since that Super Bowl. Just not even close. Coaches have been fired. They've all moved on. Players have moved on. Julio Jones is now in Tennessee. It's just, I think that fucked everything up, man. And then Brady just came in and ripped his heart out again right in front of his face and just said, not only are you still not good enough, you'll probably retire this year, and I'm going to play until I'm 75 years old.
Yeah.
Cowboys versus Chargers. Thank God we won this one. There we go.
I've got to go.
Thank you. You've got to go get some jean shorts.
Yeah, well, I think what I need to do is just get regular jeans and then cut them off, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, and
You can short it up.
I have to get some stains added to the wife beater, obviously, that are commensurate with a Cowboys fan.
And a little Lucy behind your ear.
Mustard stains.
Yeah, and a cool, just one dangling Lucy.
We'll do.
Cool.
I haven't had time yet. We'll do that for maybe the NFL show next week, or we may be in Nashville still for that.
Do it in Nashville.
We could probably.
Yeah, I think we're doing the NFL show from Leatherwood Bar that day.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're in
Tuesday.
Nashville, you can come in and check that out.
Go to the
Leatherwood
Titans
Distillery.
game like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a fun one. We won. And look, kudos to the Cowboys. I shit on the Cowboys and I shit on their fans. Is Hightower Sean up there? No? Is he picking out ammo? Kudos to the Cowboys on this one. You lose Tank Lawrence, the heart and soul of your team, and you pull it together and you pull out a big victory here because the Chargers look good, and they still look good, and this is a team for the future. That is a big win. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you've got to be thrilled with the way they played against the Buccaneers week 1, and now there's the Chargers on the road in week 2 with Herbert and Eckler and those guys rolling. So, hey, there might be some hope for the Cowboys yet.
No.
At 1-1.
Nope.
I think a playoff or a wild card. I'm not saying
This was a bad
Super
game.
Bowl.
This was a bad game for the Chargers and an unexpectedly good game for Tony Pollard. Otherwise, the Cowboys don't even come close to being in this game.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well,
I mean, Dak didn't do shit. His rate stats are pretty good, but he can't finish.
I agree. Dak is not the guy.
I'll tell you what, though. They said some folks within the organization, anonymous within the Cowboys organization, said something to the degree of like it was mistakes that caused that long field goal at the end. I don't think so. I think they did that shit on purpose. I said it while they were doing it. Like as they were making ththose stupid like play calls, like why are you running the ball right now? I think they wanted Legatron to have to kick the Christ out of the ball so he didn't have to think about it. I honestly believe that was if they did that, one, that's a big risk, but two, obviously that's what you do.
It was a 55-yarder.
Yeah, that's what you do. He's one of the best ever at doing that.
Yeah.
If he's in his own head, make him fucking get to, if you're a shooter and you're going through a shooting slump, you shoot free throws.
Yeah.
But you shoot your way out of a slump because it's muscle memory. It's the same thing with kicking the football. You kick. But if you're thinking about the kick, then you make minor adjustments even if you're not thinking about making those minor adjustments. If you just have to kick the shit out of it, then you don't think about that anymore and you get back in your groove. I think that was really smart of them to do that. I hope that's what they did.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if the Cowboys win or not. Let's just be clear about that. I think that this was an anomaly of a game. Zeke had 71 yards, though. That's big for him.
Well,
honestly, it is big for him.
If he's trying to get back in game shape, because let's face it, he hasn't played in a long time, didn't play in preseason. Yeah.
That was a big step for him, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Titans, Seahawks. This game, look, again, this one went to overtime, kids. This one I took the Titans on, and I teased it up all the way. Derrick Henry was a goddamn animal. And that was, look, where was this guy last week? He had 80 yards when we were watching this game and 3 touchdowns. I have him on my fantasy team. He put up 47 points for me in fantasy. It's devastating. This is the team that I thought it was. Hopefully this continues. And look, Seahawks fans, this could have been worse. That fucking touchdown to Julio Jones was a touchdown. That toe tap rule.
That's dumb.
Dumb.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, I understand if the foot rolled like that, but if you come down and tap, what's the difference between that and tapping the top of your foot?
Don't understand.
How is that different? It doesn't. That rule is stupid.
Change the rule. Change the fucking rule on that one.
I
don't get it.
It didn't affect this bet one way or the other, but it still pissed me off.
Same, because this should have been over in regulation, not overtime, but whatever, man. The fantasy gods or whoever you want to believe in made up for it. Next is Chiefs Ravens. Man, I might have to take the headphones off for this. I can't. I can't deal with this fucking team anymore. And like,
they don't care.
I cannot. This is the new Seattle Seahawks. If you don't want to fucking play, don't play. Just stay at home. Just stay the fuck at home, Pat and Andy and all those fucking guys. Stay at home if you don't want to play. That is fine. If you want to be lazy, stay at home and sit on your fucking couch. Otherwise, keep your foot on the gas and score 70 fucking points a game. This makes zero sense to me whatsoever. You fucking dumb shits. This is the best team that I've seen since the Warriors in the NBA, and I hate to keep referencing that, but it is. It's a fucking video game. The fact that you aren't blowing the Christ out of people on a fucking week-in, week-out basis makes zero sense. The Ravens have no running backs. They have no business being in this game. Lamar Jackson's running for his fucking life. Over 100 yards rushing in this fucking game. You guys were up 2 touchdowns the entire game. Then you're just like, I don't feel like playing. I'm lazy. I don't want to do it anymore. They don't cover. They don't do shit. This type of play is why you lost the fucking Super Bowl last year. Where you have a guy like Brady, who's 90 years old in week 2, who was fucking stepping on people's throats, dropping 48 points a fucking game, trying to win the MVP.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing this?
That game was way closer.
What game was way closer?
The Bucs Falcons, because there was 2 pick sixes by Edwards in the 4th quarter.
Who cares?
I'm just saying, like,
It was
wasn't Brady.
never in danger.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to
no, it
fact
wasn't.
check that blowing the Christ out of someone is what you do at Pray Away the Gay Camp after bunk.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I think Larry Craig did that actually.
Yes.
These games are super annoying. I mean, I'm good for Lamar Jackson for winning that game single-handedly, basically.
That was the most impressive takeaway that I took away
That
from this
dude's a
game.
fucking- he's a winner.
Yes, he's a winner. That was my biggest takeaway from that game. He's a fucking winner.
So's Mayfield. I mean, Mayfield is a winner.
Who? Baker Mayfield?
Yes, I think he is. I just don't think he's got the athletic talent that a lot of these other guys do.
Welcome
but it is.
to the right side of history.
No, it's not.
No, he's not gonna
never
win.
going to win a
He's
Super Bowl.
never gonna win.
He's a winner, though.
He'll never. He personally is a winner, and
He's winning the best he can in that little tiny body that he
These
has.
people here. We need to have these great teams in the NFL, and we'll talk about Mahomes' little brother here in a minute, who dumped water all over some fan in the stands.
Is he a TikTok guy or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a
Jackson.
god damn.
No, he's not a TikTok guy. He has a famous brother and a TikTok.
Yes.
Yes,
Well, he's
correct.
also
He didn't like earn his following or anything.
he's
Got
also
it, got
like
it, got it.
6'9" or something.
Yeah, he's huge, and he has he looks like a child, but he's like a giant. He's like a long baby, basically. And some dudes, some Ravens fans were right below. He was in a suite or some shit
Yeah.
or something on the mezzanine level maybe, and there was some Ravens fans just lighting his ass up, right?
Yeah.
And finally, he gets mad and unscrews a water bottle and just dumps it all over him. And the Ravens guy's been filming him the whole time, and he just turns around on himself. He's like, "Yeah, like what do you think you were gonna make him mad by dumping water on him? It's probably hot out there anyways."
I don't know.
But anyways, people need to these great teams need to start studying economics and understand that from Adam Smith's perspective, everybody trying to achieve the best for themselves all at the same time used to be the standard. Like,
Yeah.
that's what's going to get us the best result. And then Nash's Equilibria says that we can all do that, but also take into consideration the group and make sure the group is doing well as well. So don't sacrifice the win for individual stats, but go after the stats. I think Tom Brady's figured that shit out this year.
Yeah.
He's like, we can do both of these things. I can fucking set these records and we can win fucking games at the same time. These are basic mathematical principles that can be applied if these guys weren't so far up their own asses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
In Brady's case, too, I'm glad you brought that up because we were joking around about Mike Evans opening week, right? Poor Mike Evans, right? This week he has 2 touchdowns. He keeps feeding people. Gronkowski had 2 more touchdowns. Like, he keeps feeding people, keeping everybody interested in the game week in and week out while still housing everybody. That's why Tom Brady is better than all these fucks. And the Chiefs, my God, man, there's just so much talent. For this to happen, look, if you're the Titans, as they're my sleeper in the AFC, along with the Bills aren't really a sleeper anymore. But if you're the Titans and the Bills and you watch the first 2 weeks of the Chiefs, you say to yourself, hey, we can beat these guys. We got a fucking chance.
yeah.
That this isn't the dominant factor. The only team out of all of these teams, and we'll close out with the Lions-Packers here because Rodgers looked pretty goddamn good last night.
Against the Lions.
Against the Lions, but at least, he needed a warm-up game before he actually starts to play and all that shit, and I guess that's what he did, so congratulations. But if you're looking at the first 2 weeks of the NFL, to me, it's the Bucs and then everybody else, and then I don't know who's going to come out of the AFC. It could be the Chiefs, Titans, or Bills. That's all I got there. The Browns, I don't have them even remotely close to this, but, shit. Even the Rams look beatable. Colts almost beat them in the NFC. So it's the Bucs right now that is the class of this after 2 weeks, and then the rest of these fucking dicks. Is Mahomes just not a fucking leader to scream at people, or this is a serious question. Is his voice too high pitched that you just can't get behind somebody like that screaming at you? I had this on a high school football team where like the leader of the team was just so unbelievable that you were just like, dude, I don't buy any of the shit you're screaming about.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're not going to lead half of us just because we don't buy into your weird shit because you sound weird.
Maybe. I don't know. But whatever he's doing, not working. So
No.
maybe try something else.
No.
I I don't get it. I've been in athletic competition before, and certainly war could be considered an athletic competition. And it's hard to stay, even when your life is on the line, it is difficult to stay focused. Boredom sets in, and just
a million distractions.
Being distracted, being annoyed by stuff, which can also distract you. There's a lot of stuff that can happen, but for an hour, I can do anything for an hour. I can do anything. I could sit quietly right here and stare at something, blinking only every now and again for an hour, easily. If you don't have the mental toughness to be able to play a full fucking game, then you don't belong in that position, in my opinion. It's so irritating to me. And think about the amount of money that he makes, not just in salary, but in sponsorship as well, as a reflection of how many people are watching him do what he does. You are disappointing all those people when you don't come out and give 100% effort all the time. It's fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
They went 14-2 last year, and we said the same stuff.
Here's the thing.
Play to your potential.
Did they win the Super Bowl?
They're trying to get to the playoffs healthy.
They got fucking rocked.
All they need to do.
They got rocked in the Super Bowl last year.
They were missing 2 offensive linemen. That was not an effort situation.
Yeah.
Like
that was Mahomes running for his life.
Yeah, they got murdered because they didn't have an offensive line last year.
Which they fixed. Did
they?
Well, we'll see.
They look great this year. They look great so far. How are those new linemen doing right now?
The Ravens are also good. They're going to be a playoff team that they're going to run into. You're going to lose games in the NFL. Like, that's just the end of the story.
Everyone is hurt on the Ravens. Every single person is
Not
hurt.
their defense.
The defense is terrible. I have them. I have the Ravens defense. -2 each week. I haven't gained I've lost points in fantasy because of how shitty the Ravens defense is. How many points did they give up week 1?
Week 1 is they gave up 33. Like against the Raiders, that's not good. But like,
and then they gave up how many points? They give up on Sunday
to whom?
To Mahomes, 35.
Yeah, exactly. To the Chiefs, they gave up 35. Nobody's stopping the Chiefs.
Either way, you're giving up 33 points a game on average. How is that great? How is any of that great?
If you score 35 points, you should probably win the game.
Yeah, they're going to progress to the mean.
Oh boy,
we'll see. We'll see as the season goes along.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it gets easier from here because you're not gonna play the fucking.
But then you get lazier
Chiefs every week
because you look at the Ravens do. But like if you're the Chiefs, you're so fucking lazy that it's like yes they'll go to the playoffs. But I don't know that they'll. We picked them to win the Super Bowl before because I was like, oh man, that'll really light a fire into them after getting blown out in the Super Bowl. Not a prayer. This is a lazy fucking team.
Winning
by 1 point, losing by a point?
Are we having a debate about the difference between winning by 1 point and winning by 10, right? Because I think there's a difference in those two things. It's not just about the fight you're in right now. It's about the next fight.
Yes.
What you're communicating to your opponent next time in this game right here. If you go out against the Ravens and look, they score points, whatever happens. Lamar Jackson has a great game. He plays out of his mind, but even then you still can't beat him. That sends a message to the rest of the NFL. This is mental untoughness is what you're seeing right here. There's no way they should have fucking lost this game. That fucking turnover at the end of the game, that is fucking rookie bullshit and not something you would expect from a team that's been in the Super Bowl each of the last 2 years and only missed the one before that by a single game.
By one play.
But fuck this shit.
The Ravens did the right thing. They took out fucking Hill. And maybe we're just giving the Chiefs too much credit. Maybe Mahomes, Hill, and fucking Kelsey are the only people worth a damn on the team. Maybe they're so good that they elevate the team to a higher level.
That's possible. I mean, but Clyde Edward-Helaire is not a fucking hump.
No.
And neither is McCole Hardman, frankly.
So Tyrann Mathieu is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
No shit. This team is it's stacked.
Yeah, for sure.
It's stacked. It's stupid.
But I mean, statistically, right now, Mahomes is having it's only 2 games, but he's off to the best start in his career.
Yes,
already, and they still have lost a game. That should be.
And they almost lost the other one.
Yeah, that should be unacceptable for them. And
I would be more worried about the defense for the Chiefs.
Well, that's the thing with the Packers too, right? The Packers have a big problem on defense right now. Can we agree on that?
Oh yeah. But when you have an offense as good as the Chiefs, recognize it and say, all right, great. Let's treat this like a Big 12 team. Let's boat race these motherfuckers. Try to get 60.
Get up as much as you can
Yes,
and then run the ball so you can keep your defense off the field.
100%.
Right?
They took Tyreek Hill out completely.
Yeah, they did a great job.
He had 3
on that.
catches or something for 14 yards. He was completely taken out. So they're beat us the rest of the team.
Well, look, if Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback that any of us have ever seen, and let's be real, that's exactly what he is.
It's what he looks like.
Right?
Yes. Talent-wise.
If between him and Andy Reid, one of the greatest offensive minds in the history of football, can't figure it out, within the course of a game, how to unfuck Tyreek Hill's situation or use somebody else to peel off or something like that, then that's not great either. You know what I mean?
With Tyreek Hill's speed, put him 5 yards next to you.
Yeah.
Don't even put a running back there and just chuck it to him right there and let him fucking run.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways to handle that. Last year, they used him for end arounds quite a bit as well. I don't know why they haven't done that this year.
I don't either,
I think
man.
they actually had. There's one play they run where it's him, McCole Hardman on opposite sides of the field, and they both end around at the same time, right? So it's an end around or a reverse.
Yeah.
One of the two. There's a lot of ways to handle that situation. Andy Reid didn't do any of them. Now, maybe he doesn't care about winning this game. Maybe he doesn't care. Like Delco said, he just cares about the playoffs, and the rest of the season looks relatively easy. Maybe you don't want to show your hand. I don't know.
So here's what frustrates me the most, and this is the same thing with Ohio State. It is wasted talent, and it is wasting talents. It's like fucking seeing Tom Hardy in Venom. Like, he's one of the greatest actors we have, man. Does he really have to do a goddamn movie where he's got his head wrapped around some lizard tongue and whatever that is?
Superhero movies are where you make your money, brother.
It is, but
go.
it eats up your entire career because you're on those fucking things for 6-7 months. You can't do any cool shit. Like, wasted talents. Luckily, our sponsors are not wasted talent. Killcliff's making the most of their goddamn talent here. Fucking their CBD products, their drinkables are the best in the fucking business. And that was a massive gamble to go all in on this. But God damn it if it hasn't paid off. I drink this shit all the fucking time. I'm heated today. And I'm heated about fucking Killcliff CBD. Now, it was killcliffcbd.com. It is now combined with killcliff.com. So you can get all the savings for all of their products at killcliff.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros gets you 30% off there. The variety pack in the CBD, that is what I get once a month that is shipped to my house. You can get it in a pack of 16. Shipped right to your house. It is amazing. And you can get all the flavors and all the things. Or that Flamin' Joe. I've been adding my own 16 to that because I'm a big fan. Joe Rogan's, it's pineapple and jalapeno. Best in the biz. You mix that with vodka, congratulations, you got a day on your hands. You got a fucking day on your hands. We'll be having that at the tailgates this weekend here coming up in Nashville. Looking forward to that. Killcliff.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros, 30% off. Also, no THC in any of their products. You will not piss hot on a drug test. Don't trust one of those fucking head shops or any of that shit, man. You're going to fucking fail. I don't know where that shit's coming from. Next up, we got mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros is going to double that deposit. Let's go. Look, I ended up betting last night on my bookie. Went all in. Went all in on West Virginia. If you were listening to the college show yesterday, 16.5 against the old Sooners. Sorry, Boomer. But it's 16.5, and I had to do it. Dan talked me into it yesterday. 6-1, I sprinkled money line.
6-1, you got to.
I had to.
Especially, that's a tough game.
I know.
So we'll see.
I had to, and it's at West Virginia. So they
saying,
fucking rage, man, at those games.
Eventually, we're going to have to send fucking Lopez to West Virginia.
We have to. By the way, Pat McAfee went to West Virginia, and live on air last night, he tried to convince to get Arch Manning to go to West Virginia. Peyton was so fucking funny. He goes, "Oh yeah? Yeah, just have him be a Mountaineer." Yeah. No, I'm sure he'll hop on down there.
Or he could go be a volunteer. Peyton, your fucking school hasn't won since you left. So relax, guy. Ole Miss has got a better fucking
bro.
record
I was
since,
just gonna say that if you're looking at it, man.
Yeah.
Corral.
That's where Arch Manning's going. By the way, he's going to Ole Miss.
Wait till Corral graduates. You getting that Lane Kiffin offense? You're throwing 6 touchdowns a game,
isn't that
brother.
Didn't Archie go to Ole Miss?
Yeah. So did Eli.
His grandfather, yeah, and Eli as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going there for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to goddamn
I know he's
West
visited.
Virginia.
Yeah, I know his official visits were LSU, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and I forget the other ones. But yeah. Look, Ohio State's got too many quarterbacks. In that quarterback room, there's no need.
If you're a Manning, you don't need the additional pedigree of going to one of those places. You go
All
to
good.
Ole Miss and you start the whole 4 years.
Start the whole 4 years.
3, whatever.
Fuck the hottest girls on the planet, and then go be a pro and win 2 Super Bowls.
Maybe.
You're good to go. MyBookie.com. Look, we're now in week 2 or week 3 here of the NFL. We've been destroying it in college. And is there any fights this weekend? We got fights coming up, Delco?
Yeah, we got UFC, what is it, 266?
That's right, dude.
Ortega, Volkanovski.
Are you guys doing a show?
Sometime this week.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
figure it
yeah.
out.
Didn't
Okay, good.
Volkanovski get COVID before his last fight, so it got pushed, right?
This fight got pushed because of COVID. Yeah.
Oh, so it's the same matchup.
Same fight,
then.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's the result of the Ultimate Fighter series.
And
They
so
were the coaches.
that'll air Friday on the Sports Network because we got to get the odds for that. We've got to that one's going to be a big one. We were supposed to cover it,
Yeah, we'll
however,
do it
Vegas is still in mask.
Thursday, Friday, because we're both gonna be gone Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but push schedule it
Right,
for
right, right.
for
Yeah.
Friday. But we were supposed to actually be there for that fight. Vegas is now wearing masks, and we're not doing that bullshit in 115-degree heat. So this Saturday there will be blood. Head to mybookie.com. Get in on the UFC First Blood promotion, where any fighter on the main card bleeds. If they fucking bleed, you win.
Somebody's gonna bleed.
Somebody's gonna bleed.
Wait, does that? Oh, never mind.
So the second you see, I'm reading this directly. This is directly from MyBookie. The second you see blood, you get paid. With this bet centered around 5 main card bouts, including 2 title fights, the octagon won't stay dry for long. So take advantage of this opportunity. Make some easy money with MyBookie.com. Nick Diaz has bled in 3 of his last 4 fights. And
He also
Robbie
hasn't fought in like a decade.
Yeah, they were also
Yeah.
30 years ago.
And Robbie Lawler is a leaky faucet. That's what my bookie's saying. I love this. This is the best ad copy of all time. So by the end of this 5-round rematch, blood will be spilled. Head to mybookie.com now. Use the promo code DrinkinBros to start off with a double deposit bonus. That is promo code DrinkinBros to double your money. So you can double your winnings with MyBookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie, including these NFL odds, which I'm going to give to you now. These are straight off of MyBookie, and this is where I am gambling with, and I will post these odds. Typically NFL, I typically post on Thursday. College, I typically post on Friday. Since we are going out of town, I'll be here actually because we have Akash coming in the studio on Friday. So I'll post the college on Friday. But that way you guys know everything about it, including Thursday night's game, which I wasn't going to bet, but now I am based on a new injury here. So that's all in. Last but not least, ghostbed.com/drinkinbros. I don't know where the IT guy is. He might be in the dead zone.
What's the dead zone?
Dead zone's a 50-mile area near Idaho where they don't have enough people to get a jury because you got to live in both cities. So if he's dead and he got murdered there, well, you can't try anybody for it because they just simply don't have the people for it. And we've learned a lot about this week. It's been a big story this week. Either way, take advantage. He left the Labor Day sale up. 40% off the bundle package, adjustable base mattress. Congratulations. Bundle that with whatever you want. You get 40% off. And then 30% off anything in the entire store with the promo code DrinkinBros. So if you just want some pillows or sheets or whatever, feel free to do so. Finest mattress company in the land. I love all their products. It's amazing. As always, they have a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there. So you can couple all those together with that. And congratulations. $35, $38 a month. You got yourself a brand new bedroom set at ghostbed.com/drinkinbros. Now, let's get to the week 3 odds here, starting with yet another banger of a Thursday night game. Boy, they really do it up. The NFL really does it up for their Thursday night games. They go all out for this. By the way, every NFL thing right now is saying Caesars on there. They cut that deal. Can't bet in every state like my bookie, so congratulations. First up is the Panthers against the Texans. Is there a grosser game than this? Could possibly think of. This is Panthers minus 7.5. Now, Tyrod Taylor has already been ruled out. He's got a hamstring injury. I watched that thing pop in the game when I was watching the Browns game.
Yeah.
They still covered, by the way.
Well, there's 2 parts of this. One is Tyrod Taylor's out. The other is that Panthers defense looks pretty goddamn good. Now, maybe that's coincidence because they played the Jets and the fucking Saints with crab legs throwing picks all over the place. But he had a pretty good week 1. He threw 5 touchdowns week 1, and they got him to throw none with 2 picks. So you got to expect that this is looking pretty good. Now, usually at a low 40s over, it's at 43.5 right now. We would say take the teaser and take it on down to 37.5. But I don't even trust 37.5 of these 2 fucking goober teams. I'm not going to bet anything on this.
I am, and I will tell you. Here's what I'm going to do. Dan just said it. I'm going to take this down to 7.5 down.
37. That's 19 to 18
Because I
games,
love
and you lose.
I love punishment.
A 19 to 18 game, you'd lose.
Can I tell you what I think the final score of this game is going to be? So I'm going to take this down to 1.5 for Carolina.
Probably 20 to 17 or something like that.
1.5 for Carolina. I'm going to take this down to 37.5, the over. I think this is a 38-3 game. I think they score 41 points.
No way.
I think Carolina just scores it on their own. So
Maybe. I mean, the Texans are bad.
yeah, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. So I that's where I'm going with this. Let me ask you this. On the reverse of that, would you fucking fire it up then to 49.5?
Yeah, I'll probably
take Carolina down.
I'll take 49.5 under. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, if it's 49.5 and then 1.5 minus 1.5 for Carolina, yeah, I'd probably take that.
Okay. So you take the under. I might recant and do that as well. The Texans though did score points against the Browns when fucking homeboy went out. It was shocking. Well, the Browns aren't very good, but whatever, man. 49.5. Yeah. Yeah, for a Thursday night game, sure.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I think I'm going to take the under. So I'll scratch that. Let's scratch that. Let's go 49.5. The under. Tease that up, and then take Carolina down to minus 1.5 here. Tickets are as low as $18 on drinkinbrostickets.com. So feel free to light the world on fire there. If you're in Houston, why not? Go get fucked up for $18 at an NFL game.
Go to Energy Arena. It's NRG. Get it?
Yeah. Yep. Boom.
That
Dude.
makes me want to blow my brains out of the side. At least they named fucking Cowboy Stadium something normal.
Yeah. I almost blew my brains out. That was where the Falcons Patriots 28-3 game was. That Super Bowl. I was there. Washington versus the Bills is up next. This is Buffalo minus 8.5. Look, I have Washington's defense on 3 of my fantasy teams. They have looked like shit. I don't know what is going on. I can't figure it out. I like this Heineke kid until I found out that he was 28 years old.
Yeah.
I think I got fooled by what he looks like, right? I
Sleeve tat.
thought for sure this was like a 22, 23-year-old kid. Turns out it's like a fucking journeyman who looks like a kid, and he's 28 years old, and he's making some bad mistakes. The end of that game last week where he threw a pick with 2 minutes left, all he had to do was run out the clock. He almost lost them that game and then came back and won them that game.
You expect more from a quarterback from Old Dominion.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Is he an ODU guy?
Yeah, ODU, and yeah, he was sleeve tag quarterback, one of the few.
Sleeve tag quarterback. Yeah, this is actually a pretty interesting game. I'm gonna watch this one because, well, at least on my phone because we'll be at another or headed to another game. But I'm really interested in this one because this is 2 of the best pass rushers in all the NFL, and 2 quarterbacks that I don't think are very good.
You don't like Josh Allen?
No.
I love Josh
I think
Allen.
Josh. I mean, yeah. For now, he's white Lamar Jackson. For the next couple of years, then he gets wrecked by somebody, and it's all over.
Maybe.
So yeah, he's a threat right now, but he's not a consistent threat.
No.
So I mean, the Bills. You can beat the Bills with good running. We've seen that not only this year, but we've seen it last year quite a bit. Like that's their fucking Achilles heel usually. The problem for Washington is I don't know if Antonio Gibson's going to get it done. And I don't know how much this Heineke guy, or however you say his name, is going to be able to handle the Bills' pass rush, man. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They're just on you all the time. It's 45.5 over under. I'm taking that up to 51.5, and I'm taking the under.
Okay. Ivan Hertz is saying Texans are 2-0 against the spread. So you have that, which is nice.
The Texans are?
Yeah.
What the fuck's I got to do with this game?
Going back to that other game for the Thursday night game.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't care. Fuck that shit.
My God, man. Dude, you're dealing with like 2 different quarterbacks. There's no need for that, Ivan Hertz. No need for that. So with the Bills in this one, 8.5. God damn it, man. That's a lot of fucking points.
Yeah.
I think the Bills fucking win, but I think this is closer than that. So
8.5 is a lot to give a team like that.
Because you don't know, right? If fucking Chase Young decides to tear your face off or not.
Yeah. Well, it's not just him either.
Yeah.
There's another guy over there that's pretty good at tackling people.
So look, I think this is it's a perfect way to take this down to with the 6-point teaser down to 2.5, and then I'm actually going to take this over down to 39.5. And then take the over.
Do you think that's safer, 39.5 over or under 51.5? Because that's a 26, 20, 25 game. You still win. If you're
Washington has been giving up a lot of fucking points in the first 2 weeks, and again, I have them as a defense, and it really fucked me on fantasy.
they've had trouble. Yeah,
Whenever I can take it into the 30s, I usually do, except for that Texans game, which we were just talking about, because I don't know what that team is or who's even playing anymore. But yeah, the Bills should win this game
with a mobile quarterback. Over the last 2 years, the Bills. The Washington football team has had some issues.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you saw fucking homeboy lit him up the other day.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Josh Allen's going to have the same capability as Danny Dimes necessarily. We'll see. Like, you can't just assume that he's also going to be able to do the same.
Sure.
But every time they've played a super mobile quarterback who can pivot into a run-first quarterback offense, they've had trouble with that. I don't know why. So maybe they get fucked up this week. It's not outside of the realm of possibility the Bills throw up 30 points here.
Yeah, 100%. And then this next game, the Bears and the Browns. Do we know? Because this is Browns -7. Do we know if Justin Fields is starting, or are they going back to Andy Dalton?
My understanding is that Dalton is starting. Have you guys heard anything differently?
Hot Bob, can you look that up and just see where they're at with that? Because that's going to make a difference to me in this one. With Fields going back to Ohio, that'd be a fun game.
The Bears say Dalton remains starting quarterback if healthy.
If
so he
healthy.
doesn't have an ACL tear, but they don't know if he's going to be available this week.
Okay.
Wait to bet this game until you know if Dalton's going to play.
Yes, because look, Justin Fields in Ohio, this could be a really fun game, and the Browns don't look that great. I don't, because Landry is out.
Yeah.
I don't know the extent of his injury, but he went out in the first quarter. You and I were watching the game.
Yeah. He's on the IR. That's all I know. I don't know for how long.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeesh. And then OBJ is not back.
Nope.
And they have no return set for him yet. Nick Chubb in their backfield looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But look, you got Landry out and you got OBJ out, and then you got a nasty Bears defense and Justin Fields and potentially his first start of the year in Ohio. People are going to be amped about this game. Wait on this one until you figure out who is in there. But man, that's going to be a fun one. I wish we were at that game. Christ, that'd be a good one. Ravens against the Lions here. Baltimore -8.5. No. I'm actually going to go with the Lions on this one. I know that sounds crazy.
I mean, take it up to 14.5.
Yeah, I will with the 6 points. But look, the Lions looked. It looked like the Lions in the first two games, but I mean
their defense sucks.
Their defense sucks. They look a little better with Goff back there, but I don't.
They can score a little bit.
They can score a little bit, and dude, even in last night's game, dude, end of the second quarter, I was like, shit, the Lions are going to win this game, and then they got housed in the end. But the Ravens, doesn't this feel like a letdown game, where they just came off that huge win against the Chiefs, and now they got to go play Detroit, and you're like, it's going to be easy, and then it ends up being a weird fucking finish.
It could be, yeah. I mean, I think teasing it up to 14.5 is probably safe.
Yeah. Do you take the Lions then?
Yeah, at 14 plus 14.5. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. And I like the over on this. If you're going to do that, you tease this over down to 43.5 as well, from 49.5, and that's a fun game. I'm in for that. Tickets are as low as $43. Next up, we got the Colts against the Titans.
We'll be at this game.
We will be at this game. This is Tennessee -5. I am all in on this. I'm betting the Titans. I will be there. If you hear someone verbally assaulting the players, obviously the Titans are down, and I will have a ton of money on this game, and it will be me. I will be the one that's getting escorted out of the stadium.
Here's the problem. Derrick Henry, in each season of his career, has not put back-to-back 100-yard games on the board until week 8 or 9 in any of those seasons. Mm-hmm. So you should expect this to be a down game for him. So take that however you want. I'm not putting money on the Titans when their number one offensive weapon is expected to have a bad game. Now, Julio Jones he finally got in sync a little bit with Tannehill. That's your real problem. Yep. I think that might be the saving grace here. Maybe it takes a little bit of pressure off Henry, and he actually does get to string back-to-back 100-yard games together, but not once in his career before week 8 or 9, I think, has he ever had back-to-back 100-yard games. No. And they need him to win, typically.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, 5 points against the Colts. the Colts are going to have a dude in a full body cast as their fucking quarterback probably. I mean, who the fuck is he?
He's not playing. So it's going to be Eason. It's going to be Eason or Ellinger. I think they're leaning on Eason right now.
Ellinger from Texas?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in the NFL.
Yeah. He is the third string
All right,
quarterback.
I'll take it down to Titans +1.
I'm all in on the Titans. I
That's
don't know how they play without Wentz.
I'll see what the money line is. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I watched Eason play the entire preseason, and he was awful. Ellinger, I think he sprained an MCL and was coming back after like 3 or 4 weeks. So
sprained his dick probably.
But I'm all in on the Titans straight up on this one at -5. I don't care. This will probably be one of my biggest bets of the weekend. And then you got the Chargers and the Chiefs here. -6.5 for the Chiefs at home.
Against the Chargers, this should be this should have opened at -8.5. This shows
I 100% agree.
Vegas is correcting itself right now.
Yeah.
So you can take this down to a half point and basically use a teaser to make this a fucking pick'em money line bet.
And I think that's the only way to bet the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking the Chiefs at 0.5.
Yes. That is the only way to bet this team right now. And the Chargers are fucking good, man.
They've got their defense has good pass rush, and they have Derwin James.
Yeah.
That's a difference maker.
I think Bosa had 2 sacks last week.
Yeah.
Look, man, the Chargers are good.
I think once they get in a rhythm, week 3, 4, 5, that's going to be a very, very dangerous team.
Same. And this is a dangerous game. So, look, man, do the Chiefs come back and blow them out the way they should? Yes. In theory, the Chiefs would win by 21 points in this game. But I don't trust them. And so, therefore, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it down to a half a point and then just hope they win because we'll see if they care this week enough to play. Let us know. Grace us.
I can't imagine
your presence,
lose
Chiefs.
this game.
I can't either.
Although it's in KC again, so hopefully Jackson Mahomes will show up and pour water on some Chargers fans.
God, can we get Chet Hanks instead there?
Who the fuck is Chet Hanks?
Love Chet Hanks, dude.
Why do you guys always say Chet Hanks like I'm supposed to know who the fuck that is?
Tom
It
Hanks'
was
kid,
White
dude.
Boy Summer.
It's White Boy Summer.
It's
Chet Hanks.
I don't know what White Boy Summer is. I don't know who Chet Hanks is. It's not
Tom
Tom
Hanks'
Hanks' kid.
son.
No, it's not.
It is.
No,
It's his son.
I've looked up Tom Hanks Wikipedia, and there's no Chet on there anywhere.
Yes, Chester Hanks. So he just did an interview yesterday that went viral about his whole life and everything else.
Oh, he does have a Chet Hanks.
Oh yeah, dude. Chet Hanks is the man.
That's really his name. And he
I want
changed it to,
Chet Hanks on the show. I'm saying that out loud right now. I do.
Nah, I'm all set.
Give us Chet Hanks or give us death. Same with the Chiefs. Give me a 6-point teaser or give me nothing. Fuck you guys. I'm still going to bet it, but I'm pissed off about it. Next up, Saints against the Patriots. Before I even looked at the spread, I said, this has got to be a -3 game. Sure enough, it is for the home team. That means they don't fucking know. They don't know what, Jameis is going to have for dinner that night, if he's going to go in, steal some crab legs, if he can see, if he can't see. I'm tired of all this stupid shit with Jameis Winston. Fuck him. I hope the Patriots steamroll these guys.
I'm taking the under is 41.5. I'm going to take that down to 35.5.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. But I'm also going to take the Chiefs -3. Our Chiefs. What the fuck? The Patriots -3. I think they're going to fucking whip his ass.
I hope they do. I don't know. I don't know with this one, but taking that under down is a great idea, and I'll probably put that on a teaser. But I don't know who's going to win this game outright. I don't know which Jameis is going to show up. Good Jameis, bad Jameis. We're starting to get into the same guy that we've known for 50 fucking years in this league. So I don't, and for that reason, I don't know because Kamara and those guys are great. They should win. Patriots are a young team figuring the fuck out, but it's. Who knows? I don't know who's going to show up, therefore I'm not going to bet it. Next up, Falcons against the Giants. Boy, you want to take a guess on this spread, Dan?
I wouldn't have guessed -3.
Really?
No.
2 awful teams?
It's
2 0-2 teams.
It's 2 bad defenses. And the Giants have the worst offensive line in all of football. So, but they also have maybe the most talented running back. And definitely the fastest quarterback.
You know what's weird is
it's a bizarre little fucking situation there.
There's been some talk of whether or not Saquon Barkley is the guy and whether or not to give him a long-term contract. I watched him the other night. He only had 57 yards.
Don't give any running back a long-term contract ever.
Nope. Yeah.
No
Never
matter
pay
how
more than
good they
minimum
are.
wage.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter how good they are, you never fucking get them a contract. If anybody needs more evidence than Zeke, I guess you need one every couple years. one asshole to be like, oh, this is different, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, it's not different. Saquon Barkley's dead.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I'm not touching this game. This is gross.
Hell no.
There's better things to do with your life.
I'm not touching the next one either because, to be honest,
Same.
I don't know if the Steelers, I don't know what Roethlisberger, if he's even playing, right? He's got some kind of pectoral issue.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you've ever thrown overhand before, but if your pec's fucked up, you're not going to be able to do that very well.
You can't do shit. I had a pec injury, dude.
You can't
and
even
it's
lift your
fucking
arms
brutal.
over your
No,
head.
dude, it's brutal.
He plays better hurt.
That is true in some cases, but not with a pectoral issue. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like you can't throw the ball right.
This is 3.5 right now. I'm not touching this one either. Bengals, Steelers. There's no point, especially when you have a game as good as the next one.
I guess the lone upside is that Mason Rudolph may get into the game and use another racial slur. Like that's the only thing you might look forward to in this game. Otherwise, skip it.
I don't believe he did it. I don't believe he said anything. He's too gimpy.
Yeah, you would think all the other dudes there would have said something.
Yeah, exactly. Like this next game I love. This is Arizona -7.5 against the Jaguars. I don't use the term hapless very often. I'm going to use it for the Jaguars. I don't know what this team is, man, at all, across the board. It's strange. The coaching staff is strange. I don't know why Urban Meyer decided to come out and do anything with this. Maybe the money. I'd rather gone back to college if I were him. But I'm all over this. The Cardinals have looked great. I don't know how you stop this offense.
Yeah. Well, the Jaguars sure as shit aren't
No,
going to.
dude, no.
If anybody was going to, it would not be them. Although I would say that the Cardinals' defense, after a pretty good performance in week 1 with a down game from Derrick Henry, you probably can't count on another great defensive performance. And the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence is good. He's going to figure something out at some point.
Right.
This seems like the kind of game where he has like 3 touchdowns or something like that. So I'm going to take the over. It's 52. Mm-hmm. But the Cardinals at 7.5. I'll take that to 6.5 just to be safe. But
Yep.
I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I love this game. Cardinals have looked great. Jaguars have not.
And as a fantasy owner of Kyler Murray, I could not be happier. They're playing the fucking.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Either them or the Jets. Either one of those teams would be great.
It's an absolute dream.
Speaking of the Jets,
they're up next against the undefeated Broncos. Teddy Two Gloves.
at no point in my life will I ever give 10.5 points to Teddy Bridgewater, unless they're playing a high school team or something. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Here's what's crazy. So the spread on this is 10.5 for the Broncos, and I'm with Dan on that. I don't give Teddy Bridgewater 10.5 anywhere. Even in college, I wouldn't give him 10.5. But the over/under is 41.
You can take that down to 35.
I know, but like look at this: a 10.5 spread and a 41 over in the NFL, the National Football League. My God, man!
41 spread 10. I have a calculator here.
What is that? 32 to fucking 9? Is that what they're hoping for here?
10.5 spread, 41 total points. That is a 26 to 15 game.
Gross.
That's possible.
It is. The Broncos probably put 28 up alone. I don't know what the Jets are going to do, so factor that in if you're looking at this over/under. What I do know is this: I do not touch the 10.5, and I'm looking more. I'm looking more and more at that over/under, and then teasing that down 6 to 35 just to do it and put on a fun parlay. What a terrible game to watch! And the Broncos are going to be 3-0. Their fans are going to jack off all over each other, and I guess we're going to have to hear about that. That's strange. And then next up, we got the Dolphins against the Raiders. Yeesh. Are we going to have to hear this? Because the Raiders will probably win this game. Raiders are 3-0.
No, I don't think so.
You think the Dolphins pull this out?
I think the Dolphins are going to win this game.
That would be awesome. That would be great.
I'm taking the Dolphins money line here.
This is -3.5 for Vegas. I love that.
I don't know why. Because based on how these two teams have performed, there's no reason it should be this close.
No.
The Raiders' offense has been pretty good, right? And Miami's defense has not been great. I mean, they were good against Mac Jones in his first game, I guess. But the last game, they got fucking torched.
Yeah.
This game should not be this close, I think, and I'm going with Delco's shit. If something doesn't make sense, I take the fucking dog.
All right. Look, this is going to sadden me because you have a guy like Kurt Summers who believes in his Raiders so much. There's a good shot they'll be 3-0 after that. You're going to have to hear this bullshit forever. This is not a great team. This is not a great game. I'm not going to bet any money on this because Both of these teams, I just think are dog shit, and I just don't care. I don't care enough. There's plenty of other games that are great, like this next one. Game of the day here. Bucks, Rams, 2-0, 2-0. Tampa Bay -1. They're not even giving the home team -3 here. They're saying, hey, dude, this is going to be a fucking ball game. Let's strap up here.
I've got Tampa Bay -1 all day.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to lose a game this year. Brady seems to be on some kind of weird mission.
Yeah.
Where he wants to be like, it's like, not only am I 44, but I'm still historically better than every single one of you assholes.
Yeah.
That seems to be what's happening right here, and I'm in for it. So.
This is going to be a fun one, man. Over under a 55.5. Look, Brady, all of his agents are going to be at this game. All of the sponsors, everybody that he works with is going to be at this game. It's going to be sold out. Tickets are actually expensive for LA. $140 tickets are going for on Drinkin' Bros, and that's like the worst seats in the house. So this is going to be a fucking ball game, dude. This is the one we watch back at the hotel after we get back from that Titans game, man. This is a great game,
Yeah,
and I'm with you. I'm all in on Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady is 15-5 in his career against teams and games played in LA.
He loves it.
Yeah,
he loves LA, man. So this will be a fun fucking game to watch. I bet you Romo will be calling this game on Fox.
Yeah,
guarantee it. No, he's on CBS now. I'm sorry, not there. Next up, we got shit. Maybe Gus Johnson, dude. Is Gus Johnson doing full-time NFL? Do we have a confirmation?
He does do NFL, yeah.
Yeah, and his partner is Aqib Talib.
It is, yeah. Who was with us in the suite. He didn't say anything at the fucking Rangers game that he was doing the goddamn game.
Well, they may have signed that one late. Who knows?
Maybe. He didn't say a word about it when he was with us for the Rangers game. But, yeah, man, that's going to be fun. Hopefully Gus Johnson's on that. He just makes the world better. Next up, we get Seattle against the Vikings. This is going to be a banger of a game, dude. Look, the Vikings at 0-2 still look good against Arizona. And they're just one of those teams that plays till the end at least. Yeah. They might not win, and they're certainly never going to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. But, man, if you're Seattle, I would worry about this game. They could win this game. I think the Vikings could win this game at home.
For sure. They could win this game. But I've got Seattle -2 all day on this one.
I do not touch this. I think the Vikings can win this game.
You know, Seattle gets a lot of shit for not covering, but I think they were like 9-7 or 10-6 against the spread last year. They were actually relatively good against the spread.
Well, it's weird because it felt like Vegas started to factor that in for these guys, and then you could get it there. But like each and every spread came down to the very last play of the game where you wanted to kill yourself or have a heart attack or you were going to get killed. With this, man, I think the Vikings put up a fight in this one. And was Dalvin Cook out? Will you look up Dalvin Cook real quick? Because I saw him leave the game. Does that affect that?
He's listed as active right now.
Oh, he is? Okay. So, all right. Yeah. I think the Vikings could sneak up and take this one. I'm not gonna touch it, but that's my gut feeling.
I got Seattle -2.
Next up, we got the Sunday night game. This is a fun one, man. Packers 49ers. This is San Fran -3.5. Whew. Who you got in this one?
Man, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what to think about this right now. Rodgers is 4-6 in San Francisco. He's not played well there in his career.
Isn't he from there?
Yeah. He went to Cal. I don't know actually where he grew up. He probably grew up somewhere in Northern California. But 4-6 against San Francisco.
Chico,
yeah. Chico, all right.
I don't know.
I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to take the Packers in this one straight up 3.5.
He needs to win this game.
Yes, I agree.
I think the 49ers can afford to not forget about the records. I think the 49ers can afford to lose this game, but the Packers cannot.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, they came out of the gate in week 2 all season last year, or the year before last year, rather. We talked about if Aaron Rodgers would just trust his running game, that team would be a lot better. And in week 1 against the Saints, right, who have a pretty good defense, they ran the ball a total of 15 times in the entire goddamn game. Week 2 against the Lions, and granted, these are different teams, different defenses. In week 2, against the Lions, they ran the ball 31 times. They won one game and lost one. I'll let you figure out which one is which. So this is going to depend on how they fucking play this game. If it's the Aaron Rodgers show, they're going to lose. But if he fucking uses his teammates appropriately, then they'll probably
Like last
win.
night, Aaron Jones had 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
Ruben Schneider saying Tampa Bay Rams is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call. Yeesh.
Aikman's not bad. Joe Buck, I'd rather fucking...
Joe Buck naked.
Yeah, I'd rather fucking kill myself.
Yeah. Look, I'm 49ers on this one, and I'm taking the points at -3.5. I'm sorry, Packers. I'm Packers on this one. I think Rodgers continues getting better since he's finally playing, and these night games, man, that are big. Like this is a Sunday night game. Last night it was a Monday night game. He always fucking shines, man. It's the weird afternoon games that he falls apart in for some reason. With this, man, there's going to be a lot of hype on this one. And I think a lot of 49ers fans still want Trey Lance in the game rather than Jimmy G.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you should. Garoppolo's boring as fuck. But the Packers defense is a real issue here.
It's terrible.
Elijah Mitchell for San Francisco has been lighting it up on the ground. They still have some relatively decent run options there. I think that the over at 49.5 is a little low. So I'm taking the over in this game, but I'm not going to bet the outcome.
Okay. Last but not least, the Monday night game, Delco. This is all you, brother.
Yeah, I think you and fucking
This is you and Sean,
Hightower
dude.
Sean need a little side action on this game.
Eagles, Packers. No, I'm kidding. Eagles, Cowboys. This is Cowboys -4 in this game. Gut reaction. Who you got right now, Delco?
Cowboys.
I got Cowboys too. I
He's
got the Cowboys too.
That's emotional hedging. Like he's betting against his own team because he secretly hopes they win.
Is Hightower Sean up there?
Yeah, he's up
Oh, he
there.
is up there. There we go. Hey, who do you have in this game? Cowboys, Eagles.
Cowboys, easy.
Cowboys.
Easy, he said.
Easy, he says. Exactly like a Cowboys. It's spoken like a Cowboys fan.
Can I take the under?
The under's
51
over
and
on
a
at
half.
51 and a half.
Yeah, I'll take the under.
That's not a bad bet.
not a bad bet at all.
I think that the Cowboys probably score 30, but I don't expect the Eagles to score.
Oh, no. I don't think they score 30. I think our defense is actually legit.
It's pretty good. Yes, they've looked good this year. I'm still taking the Cowboys in this one, and they've looked. I've been surprised the first 2 weeks. So yeah, Jalen Hurts is still in there. It's fuck, man.
The Falcons scored 32 points against this Eagles defense, and you're telling me that the Cowboys won't. The Cowboys' offense is way better than the Falcons.
I don't think the
Wait,
Falcons.
what are you
scored.
talking about?
Yeah, the Falcons didn't score 32.
They didn't score 32.
Against.
Or I'm sorry, they only scored 6. Yeah, I'm reading that wrong.
They got house.
Ugh,
They got house.
Reading that wrong. Well, I'm glad I had this conversation before making that bet because that would have been a dumb bet to make.
Yeah, so I'm in on the Cowboys. I'll take this. I'll take the Cowboys. Hightower, I'm with you.
At 4, though, why not move it to a more reasonable
To
location?
3,
Yeah.
potentially. I think they win by a touchdown. I don't know, man.
Are there any injuries going on here? What's the deal?
No, I think hey, Amari Cooper's fine, right? Or is he out?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's check.
Even
the
with
fucking
man, you
pup
got
list.
CeeDee Lamb, Gallup.
Gallup's out.
Oh, Gallup is out.
Yeah, but CeeDee Lamb is not.
CeeDee Lamb is fine.
Amari Cooper's questionable right now.
All right, he's questionable both sexually and in the game.
Randy Gregory is still out with what was that? He was on the COVID protocol, right?
Yeah.
He's back today.
He's coming back today.
All right. So with all the injuries included here, I'm going to monitor this up until the game because Monday nights I'll bet on Monday nights with you guys in Drinkin Bro Sports. Sign up for the fucking Facebook group just so you can see the bets, dude. That's all. It's free. But with that, I will take this at 3, and I will still take the Cowboys. And if it's a push, it's a push. Forget it. But I want something to root for and believe in that night, and it's not the Eagles.
I haven't
we,
decided.
Hightower Sean, do you want to do a neck tap bet?
Both perfect. A neck tack bet that perfectly encompasses both cities. Fucking Delco and Dallas Cowboys fans. So yeah, are you gonna get a star, Sean? A big fucking star on the side of your
You
neck?
can get whatever you want. It's just got to be a neck tat.
What's your neck tack gonna be?
Maybe like the Liberty Bell? I don't know.
A huge cracked
Yeah,
Liberty
but-
Bell.
well, before
and
the
he gets a
crack.
huge star.
Before the crack, obviously.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb are both kind of on pace for somewhere between 1,300 and 1,500 yards each this year. I hope they all stay healthy. I'll say this one more time. Gallup's not in because he's hurt right now, but when he comes back, I don't think there have ever been 3 receivers on the same team that are that good ever in the history of the NFL. And I keep saying that because I want somebody to prove me wrong because I'm interested in facts like that. So tell me any time ever in the history of the NFL that there were 3 guys like that are legit 13 to 1,500 yard season guys.
That's a tough question. And,
I can't think of any, like you would think of high-powered offenses because the quarterback has to be throwing the ball a lot to even achieve that. So Kurt Warner, did it ever happen with him? It was Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, right?
Isaac Bruce.
They actually did have a good third option in Ricky Prohl.
Oh yeah, shit. Ricky Prohl was great, dude.
That's a good slot guy.
He was great.
But was Ricky Prohl as good as either 3 of these?
Who's the third one on the Cowboys again?
CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. The answer is no, obviously.
Michael
no.
Gallup.
You cut yourself off.
Gallup's good, but
Gallup-
Dak is. I think we just need to recognize that Dak is a good quarterback as well.
Oh my god, dude. Will he ever win a Super Bowl?
I mean, that's not the measure of a good quarterback.
Yeah, it's
right?
not.
It's the measure of my good quarterback.
Dan Marino,
Yeah,
not good.
he was okay.
We were going to have Dan Marino on the show one time, but Ross said no because he was
no.
like, "You're a fucking loser, and we're
He
not
didn't
having
win.
you on the show."
What do you remember? First thing that comes to mind for Dan Marino. What do you think of? Football or Ace
Ventura, for sure.
Probably Nutrisystem, right?
Oh yeah,
Dan Marino, man, went to the Super Bowl rookie year and then never ever went back again.
yeah. It's,
So there's one team in recent memory that could make a case, at least on the numbers, and that would be the 2013 Broncos when Manning went off.
Who were the guys?
The 3 wide receivers were Demaryius Thomas, Wes Welker, and Eric Decker.
Decker would be the least among them, but yeah, that's a pretty good.
Decker's the Michael Gallup
And
of that
yeah.
group for sure.
Decker had 1,200 receiving
Yeah,
yards.
Yeah. No, that was a fucking beast of a
That's
team.
a decent one.
Yeah.
That's a decent one. Yeah, because I mean, fucking Demaryius Thomas was a goddamn animal.
Yeah.
Maybe I still think this is the best, but we'll see.
Find out.
They're going to play together for a couple more years.
Find out. I'm just pissed off that I've got to pick the Cowboys.
Well, look, sometimes you have to hold your nose and
Fuck.
eat an unwashed ass.
And I know Dan's already on to me for this, but I just want a neck tat.
Yeah,
Oh,
I of course.
Do you
that's
really?
all this is. Is that
Real?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Will you get the Kenyon Martin lips?
I'm already unemployable, so might as well just get a neck tat.
Yeah.
Why? Because of working here? Oh, fuck.
That's not covered by our liability insurance.
No,
the
it's
fact that all
not.
of our employees are then not employable ever again.
Afterwards,
we don't
yeah.
cover that.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
There's no future earnings liability.
No. Sorry to tell you.
Oh, softcore better do well. We're going to be off the air here in about
and
10.
thank you.
I'm kidding.
Leave a
Exactly.
review, Softcore
Exactly.
History, 5
Softcore
stars.
History. Subscribe, rate, and review. Along with Drinkin' Bros Sports, please do that on iTunes. Tailgate Legends will be with us all weekend long on Saturday and Sunday at the games as well. Come on out and see Eric Tanzi, Boston Joe, Last Row Lopez is going to be there. Delco Dan is going to be there. D'Anthony Holloway is going to be there. Jesse will be there. I will be there. Fuck, everybody will be in Nashville, Tennessee this weekend. Dan and I specifically, though, will be at the Titans game on Sunday, our merchandise place. So go to drinkinbros.com. The reason why we've had so much merch and everything else, our merchandising company is there. So we're giving them new designs on Saturday. Hence, we will not be at that game. We will actually be at the factory all day. And then we will be at the Titans game on Sunday, and we will see you there. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow for the Outside the Top 25 show, which still includes UCF and amped about. I'm amped for
the
you.
foreseeable future. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little silver lining. I get
I'm
to
ex-
talk about my school. As much
I'm
as I
excited
want.
for you on that one, and that'll be fun.
Got the true freshman started now. 'Cause
Oh, do you?
Dylan Gabriel got hurt in the last play of the game.
There it is. There it is. Classic UCF. That'll be fun. So we'll see you this weekend. Come on out and join us in Nashville, Tennessee if you can. Look for a Drinkin' Bros tent. That will be the rallying call. So we got a tent made. We got a special tent made. So you will see a Drinkin' Bros tent. And Nick, since you're here, that will be at Tailgate Legends as well on Saturday, right?
Well, I'll be
Nick?
driving it, so yes.
You'll be driving it.
Yes.
Yeah. So the tent will be there. All of that will be there. So look for the Drinkin' Bros tent. That will be the tailgate central for both Georgia Vandy and then Titans versus Colts, and we'll have that up and be partying with you early in the morning at both of those games, and then flip on over to Drinkin' Bros podcast. We'll be going live here in about 10-15 minutes for the next show. We love you. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. For D'Anthony Holloway, Delco Dan, Hot Bob, Papa G, I'm Ross Patterson. It's the NFL Picks, Week 3. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah.